Welcome back to the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. I'm Rich Walsh. If you need a roof, you got to call Ireland Contracting. They're the best in the business, 1-800-NEW-ROOF. But, you know, they're number one in Pittsburgh for a reason, Gene. They do roofs, but they also do a bunch of other things. Yeah. Windows, siding, gutters, you name it.
I know.
They do it.
Dog grooming?
Yeah, I think they're getting into that, too.
Yeah. Everybody needs a roof. Right?
Yeah, everyone needs a roof. And if you need a roof, make sure you call Ireland Contracting, 1-800-NEW-ROOF. Give us a call right now, 412-575-2600 on the Bordas and Bordas hotline. Hey, Gene, one thing about this show now, we're on a streak just like the Buccos. No Ruth Chris sizzling shot. No hole-in-ones.
Oh.
I know. It's been like 5 straight shows. No hole-in-ones. But I do have a tweet for you from Dave Hauser. Just tweeted me. He said, why not bunt the tying run over to second base in the 9th inning to give us 2 shots at singling home the tying run?
Well, yeah, you can make that argument. It did not bother me that Freese swung away. Freese is one of the guys capable of winning the game. So I don't really want him bunting in the 9th. I don't.
And I agree with you, Gene. I mean, you got 3 guys up there. Marte pinch hit for Newman after that. You want him swinging away, and then it was up to Hechavarria just trying to get the guy home. So they could have done that, but I don't mind them swinging away. I want them to win the game, and they could have won the game. One swing with any one of those guys wins the game.
Play for a tie, you know, at home. But the way the Pirates are scoring runs,
yeah.
I mean, they may not score another run for the rest of the homestand. So I didn't bother me that they did not bunt in that situation.
Okay, let's go out to the phone lines, and we're going to go out to Mark out in DuBois. How you doing, Mark? What's up?
Hey, Rich and Gene, great show.
Thanks for calling.
Hey, just wanted to comment on a couple things. I'm hoping that we can make the wild card here this year, but looking towards next year, I really believe that pitching does win championships. So you've got less than 10%. There's only about 20 players in the National and American leagues that are hitting over 300. So that just proves how good the pitching is in this league. So that's what's going to win your championships. Second point in the game tonight, you know, when a player hits a ball, he has a clear path to first base, clear path to second base, clear path to third base. But, boy, that play tonight, when that catcher is still crowding the plate, and that runner really has to make a wide turn just to get his hand in the base. And I just wanted to see what you guys thought about that. And I just think that catcher needs to be moved up by the top of the plate and then come around and tag.
All right, thanks a lot for your call, Mark. I thought yesterday's play at the plate might have been, you know, questionable, but today I think he made a good play. I mean, Inciarte threw it 95 miles an hour from center field, and the guy made a good tag. Now, I do think that Hechavarria was safe. I don't know if he got the but it was inconclusive. I don't know if he got the tag before the hand touched the plate, but, you know, call stands.
Right. I mean, I think tonight's play at the plate was okay. I thought the play in the Cubs game looked a little suspicious with no path to the plate. But you can block. You can still block the plate if you have the ball. This is a play that's really kind of in transition in baseball, and it's going to take a couple of years to figure out, you know, how the umpires are going to call this and how the base runner in particular is going to react. Yeah,
it seems a lot like I was comparing it to the catch rule in the NFL. No one seems to know what the rule is. Not even everyone calls it different.
All of these plays are different.
Yeah, and everyone sees it different. I mean, differently. So let's get back out to the phone lines. We're going to go out to Bob out in Clearfield. How you doing, Bob?
Hey, thank you, guys. Thank you for taking my call. I have one question for you. Then I'm going to hang up and listen to your response. What do you think the odds are of Chris Archer still being in Pittsburgh beyond next year's trade deadline? I don't think they're very good. I'm 65 years old. I've seen scores of Chris Archers. Power pitchers washed up by age 30. This 4-inning high pitch count, lots of strikeouts, lots of balls put in the air is not in keeping with a National League game. And so if I believe that if he cannot quickly and successfully make the transition from power pitcher to a command and control, put the ball, lots of ground ball type of pitcher consistent with the National League, I don't think he's going to be competitive. I can remember one person who was able to make that transition that comes to mind is Rick Russell. He was like 37 when the Pirates got him. He was still able to pitch effectively because of his ability to transition away from the power pitcher, which he no longer was, to a command and control type of pitcher. And unless Archer can make that transition, I think this is going to be far and away the worst trade that Neil Huntington ever made. So
hey,
that's what it appears to be.
Thanks a lot for your call. I really appreciate it. Gene, I mean, I wouldn't call it the worst trade yet. I still like the trade. I like Chris Archer. He has 2 really good pitches. And, you know, maybe if they work with him, give him a little bit of time, I think. But I'm not, I 100% guarantee he's back next year.
Yeah, the question was, will he be here after the trade deadline? I really have nothing to disagree with in that call, except to say that it is only 4 starts. So let's see what he does.
All right, back out to the phone lines. We're going to go out to Clint out in Altoona. How you doing, Clint?
Hey, good. How you guys doing tonight?
Good, thanks for calling.
Yeah, no problem. No, it amazes me here. I talked about the Pirates' batting woes here, and comment on Marte real quick. Seems like the Pirates reverting back to years ago when they had their 90, 100-plus loss seasons. That, you know, if you're a pitcher in a slump or a team or whatever, that, you know, play the Pirates and cure all your ills. You know, John Lester had a couple starts. He got rocked, and he comes into Pittsburgh, shuts the Pirates down, and now Atlanta. I think they mentioned during the broadcast that they lost 4 straight home games to Colorado. Their bullpen got blown out. You know, now, like I said, a rookie comes up, shuts them down, and I don't know what's going on here. And then Marte, you're talking about, you know, him being benched for lollygagging, and you know,
lollygagger.
Yeah, and he has more problems than that, because I see that some of them Cubs games, some of the pitches this guy swings at, it's just laughable. Yep. You know, he's been doing this for years too. He's very undisciplined at the plate. And what happened to the years a few years ago there? That the Pirates are going to boast, you know, the best outfield in baseball with Marte, McCutcheon, and Polanco. Obviously, that's not going to happen. That's not happening. I just wonder what your thoughts are. What's going on here? Because this, you know, how long is Marte and Polanco going to be? These guys, you know, Polanco's been hurt a little bit here and there. He has 19 home runs, but I think the Pirates, for their pitching, is on track. But you're going to need guys who are going to hit 30, 40 home runs a year. They don't have any of that.
Well, you know what? What's going on is Clint, that the guys that they count on, Gene, are struggling. You need Marte, Polanco, Dickerson. You need those guys. Those guys carry the team at the top of the order. And when they're not playing well, it doesn't look like the team's going to play well.
Yeah, if you go back to the beginning of the season, Rich, that's when Marte and Polanco were playing very well, hence the really fast start. You know, then they played terrible in June. Then they played great again all of a sudden. That's why they won 11 in a row. These guys are the players that the Pirates are counting on, and they're proving that they cannot be counted upon.
Yeah, and I don't know what you can do about Marte. I mean, Clint Hurdle benched him for lack of effort, but that's the way he's been his entire career. And yes, he swings at just about anything out there. We saw that yesterday. And he always has. Those are things that you're not going to change with him. But, I mean, he's still a really good player. I think you need another good player around those guys for this team to be really competitive. I do like the rotation. And if you can bring up Keller, if Keller's going to be legit next year and you can add him to the rotation, you can move a Cool to the bullpen. You know, Nova's probably not going to be back, right, next year? So, I mean, or something. All right, where are we going to go to? Jim out in Moon. Jim out in Moon wants to continue the Marte discussion. What's up, Jim?
How you doing, Richie and Gene? Great show.
Good, thanks for calling.
Thank you. I want to talk about how they used Marte tonight. My first thought is that if you're punishing him, then don't put him in at all in the ninth inning. But if he is going to play, why not pinch run him instead of Musgrove? Let's face it, Marte hasn't been hitting lately, and I'd really have him stealing second base on an early pitch to get him in scoring position with 0 outs. We are talking about the ninth inning, and I think he's much more value as a runner, pinch running at first base, than he is as a pinch hitter with the way he's performed the past few nights. Your thoughts?
Yeah, you bring up a good point. I didn't even think of that, Gene. I mean, but he is going to be your best hitter off the bench, but he has been struggling at the plate.
I think that's an argument that can be made, the one that's being made by the caller. But just as a matter of preference, if that's what you're asking, I prefer to see him used the way he was used. He can win the game with one swing. It's not likely because he's not generally a pinch hitter, but he has pinch hit 5 times this year, and he's 3 for 5. He's due to do something good. There's always the notion that he's angry about what's happened over the past 24 hours, and he wants to prove that he can still be an important player to the club. That didn't happen, but I'd rather have him swinging than running.
Yeah, I would too. I mean, he's arguably the best hitter on the team, maybe second best. I mean, you want him at the plate if you have that opportunity in that situation. At least I do. Yeah, you might be giving something up on the base path, but they just wanted a runner out there, someone that could run, and I don't question that move at all. All right, we're going to take a break. Back with more of your phone calls. Some of your tweets coming up next. Stay right there.